Oh, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is the vinyl collection, a little live chat where we go through our record collection. For me, I'm going through stuff I haven't seen in a while, going through the entire collection from A to Z and checking out what's in there, opening them all up, seeing what the records look like, seeing what extras are in there, seeing what the pictures look like, going through all of that. But it's not just me here. We always have our top vinyl experts come on the show to discuss what they have in their collection. Very eclectic. You're going to see all kinds of stuff from all kinds of collections. It's going to blow you away. Thanks so much for coming on by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And because this is a live show, hit the like button. That apparently does big things to these live shows. So hit the like button if you're here. That's a good thing. And thanks again for subscribing, all you new people who are showing up. It's good to see the channel is taking on a brand new life, which is exciting. So that's it's fun to see. It's fun to see. I welcome all my vinyl friends here. Look at this. Look at this new guy next to the duck up in the top right. Curtiss. Go Packs, go.
Go Pack, go. How did I get the first chair, you know?
I've been dethroned.
Yeah.
This is pretty exciting. It comes with a lot of responsibility.
I'd like to say it's whoever shows up first, but we all know it's whoever can attract the most viewers gets that top duck corner.
Well, the only top duck to me is you, Bill, because you've had quite a week that I'm sure we're going to talk about, huh?
Have we? I don't know. Have anything happened? I didn't notice.
Weren't you like featured on rollingstone.com or something?
It was an exciting week. This channel got featured on Rolling Stone. I said to my kids, guess what? My YouTube channel got featured on Rolling Stone magazine. They said, what is that?
Did they really?
I said, it's big. Don't worry about it. Actually, the big kid, 17-year-old, she's 17 now. She knows. She knew what it was, and she didn't believe me. And but then, I showed her.
So why don't you walk us through what happened to facilitate such a exposure?
Okay, I will do that. Let me not be rude here first and continue the introductions. Got Matt Bandy below Curtiss. Good to see you again, sir.
Thank you, as always.
Making his return appearance, Kevin, buried on Mars.
Oh yeah, first appearance of 2021. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
I appreciate getting these big guys to come back. That is the most exciting part. Rolling Stone magazine, forget it. Getting the big guys like Kevin Buried on Mars to come back, that is the real deal.
I bet.
So as you guys know, I supplement this channel not only with our live stuff here, but we also upload bootleg live music, live concerts that I have in my collection. Like a year ago, I went through my shelves and started getting back into all of the live stuff that I had downloaded or traded for like 10, 15 years ago. And I started putting it on the channel as to expose more people to some live music, some Bob Dylan music and whatever. And that's kind of what I've been doing along with this live stuff and our STC Pod podcast, that kind of thing, shoving the live music out there. And I had been saving this one recording for a post 1,000 sub, kind of celebration and a New Year kind of celebration. And I finally got around to getting it ready, getting some nice artwork together for it, and getting the upload ready. And this, I teased it. Maybe it was on this show. It's not only just a soundboard recording of a Bob Dylan concert, but it is from the assisted listening device. So they got a clean feed into a channel right off the soundboard. So you're getting a beautiful, beautiful, pristine recording. Questionable ethics aside for using an assisted listening device, but it is a beautiful recording. So I put that up, and yeah, it did have some flashy. I had a kind of flashy thumbnail. Maybe that's what got someone's attention, but out of nowhere, I just started getting comments flying in like crazy. And, I noticed the numbers on the views start going like crazy because it already had peaked. It already peaked at its like 1,000 view or something, was going down. And then this next day just started going bop, 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 bop. What the hell is going on? Someone shared this somewhere. And then I was just going through my Google News feed just because I was bored. And on my Google News feed was my thumbnail with a Rolling Stone banner. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Holy mackerel. I couldn't believe it. And they did a nice write-up on this particular piece of music. And, you know, they referenced stuff in my description. So, yeah, it's not me. It's not my video that they are featuring, but it is something I uploaded. And I thought that was kind of neat.
Now, is there any sort of legal red tape that you can just upload this bootleg thing?
Well, so there is a really nice thread on this in that video because people were asking about it. So I did get into it a little bit. Basically, I can't monetize it for myself. The money automatically goes to the original license holder. As soon as you upload something, there's an algorithm that picks out who the music belongs to. Even if I was to just sing a song and the melody got matched to a license holder, it would automatically take the revenue of that video, even if I'm just covering it. So that already happened. So all the revenue goes to Sony Music. And I think some weirdo license holder got in on it too, you know, because they're just picking up melodies and sending it to whoever the license holders are. So sometimes YouTube screws up, and I could challenge that, but I don't care. So I'm not taking any money for it. It all goes to the license holders. And as long as it is unreleased live music, not commercially available, you can generally get away with uploading it.
Yeah, it depends on who the license holder is. Like, for instance, AC/DC is with Sony now, which is the same as Bob Dylan, but for some reason, whatever deal they have, if you upload any of their music, they'll just mute the audio. So there's a lot of bootlegs that you can play down on YouTube, and it'll be Brian Johnson and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Hey, good to see you." And then they'll start the song, and the rest of the video is muted. They have it that precise where it's like, no, right there, that's where we're going to mute the audio. And it depends on what region you're in too. Each region has a different, they got a different deal in Europe than they do in North America and all that.
Right. Huh.
And with the Bob stuff, his live music is so incredibly different from his released music that you can usually get away with uploading a lot of his stuff before it triggers anything.
What kind of views are we talking here? Where are we at right now? Is it still going up? Is it peaked, do you think?
It's trailed off a little bit, but it's still getting way more than anything else.
Well, I'm just looking at Bill's channel here, and it's up to 48,000 views, whereas his previous video, STC Pod 299, has 41. A little bit of a drop off there.
Pretty good though. Pretty good. Did you see a sub bump at all?
Very good sub bump. Yeah, excellent.
Did you double your subs?
Getting close to that. I mean, I'm not. It's not one of those channels that blows up and suddenly they have 100,000 subscribers, but I just got enough to get way above the My Life and Collecting channel.
There
so
you
that's
go.
Like one less thing for me to worry about.
All that work is worth it. You can retire now.
Just like that. And I worked 2 days with the proprietor of that channel, and he never mentioned it once. No congratulations, no nothing. So,
well, I will say, if I got to be critical about that Rolling Stone article, and you are not the only victim of this. I'm annoyed when publications do this, where they take someone's video, someone's work. You put the work into in getting the format into onto YouTube and the thumbnail and all that, and they never credit the person that posts it in the article.
True.
I mean, sure, your logo's there and everything, but I mean, they really should have said, hey, and kudos to this guy for getting the recording and putting it up on YouTube for us to enjoy it.
Yeah, you're right. There was nothing. Yeah. Or
I see that a lot. Like, even it'll be like something from PC Gamer, and they'll like, hey, this modder did this thing, so check out this video, and they act like as if they came up with this video, but it's just some guy that works there that's like on YouTube and says, hey, this is cool, let's repost this, and they never credit the person who posted the video.
You got shafted, Bill.
They all do.
No. It's been fun. Like I've been getting so many more comments than normal, and I love engaging with the community or talking with people who haven't heard that kind of thing before. They just got hooked because it said pristine audio, and so they're hearing their first Bob concert kind of thing and talking to them.
Have your other Bob videos got a bump too because of that? Are they going back through your videos and listening to the other boot stuff?
A little bit. Like in this video, in the description and in a lot of the comments, I point to people. I say, if you like this, you got to check out this concert, which was another concert from that same year, which I think the audio is not as pristine, but the performance is way more impressive. And that has seen a little bit of bump. And that was good, getting people to see that show, because I really love that Red Bluff from 2002.
Now, do you have any other shows of this caliber in your repertoire that you're holding back and waiting for like 2,000 subs to release? Like, what can you get people's juices running for?
Well, I will follow this one up with another soundboard if it's not readily available on YouTube yet. There's a bit of a thing I got to go through before I put this music up. Like, I don't like replicating a concert if someone else has uploaded it. So chances are, if it's a really good soundboard, someone already has it and someone already uploaded it. So I do have a couple more soundboards. I'll see if they're up already or not. And then if not, I'd like to follow this one up with another soundboard. And then I've already teased on the channel too that I will be doing the Bob Dylan 3 nights in Toronto when he played the Rico Coliseum, Cool House, and Phoenix nightclubs in 3 nights. I'd like to see that come up, but it's an audience recording, so people might not be as excited on that. Kevin, were you at the Rico with me?
Yeah, and I think I have those CDs, so you better post that soon because BuriedOnMars.com
your shot at Rolling
might
Stone?
scoop that. Yeah, I might have to message Rolling Stones and say, hey, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would not be cool because I probably gave you those CDs.
No, I probably gave you those CDs. That's probably how it went down.
Oh, I don't know. Look at that's my handwriting on there.
Yeah, because I would give you the blank CDs and say, I don't want to mess them up with my chicken scratch. You write your own.
That could be. That definitely could be. So
The Cool House?
Cool House. Yeah, it's a nightclub. I don't know if it's still around.
No, I was at the Rico Center show with you. That was in 2004. Love and Theft tour.
Yeah, 04 in March. And we went to Rico, which is a smaller hockey rink. And then the next, he added 2 more nights because the Rico sold out like that.
Right. Yep. That's right. And you went to the next show, right?
No, I didn't, because I'm stupid. I saw there were nightclubs, and I knew his nightclub shows would be like a shorter act, and I just don't like hanging out in these general admittance. Bandy goes to these general admittance concerts where everyone's elbowing and punching each other, and the Cool House is it's a decent place. Like the band is up high, so everyone can see them. So even if you are far back and you don't want to be in not that there would be a mosh pit at a Bob Dylan concert, but if you don't want to be with the Roughnecks up front, you can stand back and just enjoy the show. That's where Chad and I saw Tenacious D, and it was good times. But that was the Phoenix.
Nope, it was the Cool House.
Tenacious
Cool
D.
House.
I wish I could see them.
Yeah, they put on a good show. That was in the early 2000s as well.
I did meet Jack Black once. Nice guy.
Really?
So here he goes.
Name drop.
I got to hear a Jack Black story. You can't just leave me hanging.
Hey, I worked with Kim from Kim's Convenience. So
here he goes.
Yeah.
Train 48 stories.
No, I don't really have a good Jack Black story. He was just a really nice guy. It made me like him even more.
Cool. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm loving his YouTube channel. Say hello to Steven in the chat, who's one of the 48K who listened to the Bob Show.
Oh, nice.
He goes on about the Larry Campbell and Charlie Sexton, who were the 2 sidemen on that tour. And they are my favorite band, Bob band. Of all of his Bob bands, I'll say it. I'll stand by it. I loved them. They were
Out
great.
of all the Bob bands, even the band.
Let's not get into too much semantics, but yeah,
And then there's
yeah.
the
God damn it, I'll say it. Yeah,
Really?
I loved them. When those two guys were allowed to go crazy, when Bob would let them take solos and they'd play off each other, it was amazing.
even Mike Bloomfeld. It's not.
Oh,
He's had some pretty good sidemen.
maybe in the modern times, in Bill's modern times.
I see.
Bill's modern
Bill
times.
in Bill's lifetime. Well, you got to go way back then, right?
So yeah, you know what? That's going to be my. We always open the vinyl show with a vinyl adjacent kind of bit of business, and I will take that as my vinyl adjacent, the YouTube channel update.
All right.
Yeah. So with that, I will pass along. I will see what Curtiss has brought for us as he starts. He's next.
Well, I actually have some vinyl adjacent items today. I was doing some housekeeping, some cleaning, and I came across some of Layla's cassettes. And now Layla does want to come on the show eventually. And so she's very adamant that I don't show a lot of stuff so that she has stuff to show. But I'm saying screw it to these two things, and I'm going to show them anyway because I think they're cool. The first is a cassette for Bob Marley. That is Legend. So the best of Bob Marley and the Wailers. Good little collection.
Nice crack on the front.
Yeah, well, you know, it was in a box somewhere. Jeez, give me a break, Mr. Rolling Stone. Good Lord. So, yeah, pretty basic, but it's got a good little track list there. Can I get it to focus? No, it's all good. It's good. It's your classic Bob Marley stuff. You guys like Bob Marley?
Yeah, I have that on CD.
I love Bob Marley, and I'll tell you, I didn't. This is like, dude, I feel like the whitest person when I tell this story. I went to Jamaica a few years ago, and we went to Kingston, and we visited Bob Marley's house, which is amazing. And he had, like, you go through a tour of it all, and you see his like personal recording studio and all this stuff. And I was in Jamaica for 2 weeks, and you hear so much reggae. They play Bob Marley all the time, and that 2 weeks and that trip to his house and kind of getting to know more about Bob and who he was and everything, it just got kind of infused into my soul, and I like fell in love with Bob Marley after that. You know, so there you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of good music that came out of Jamaica in the
Absolutely
late 60s. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then this other cassette that I found, it's maybe the best cassette there is. Well, first of all, it came in one of these basic, you know.
It was a mixtape.
But it is a real cassette, and it is the single version and the album version of Hanson's Bop.
Right.
Now, Hanson, this is all you really need. It's front and back. It's the single version and the album, which I didn't realize there was a different version of Bop.
What's the difference?
You know, I found this right before we started doing the show, so I'm gonna go pop it in after and listen to it, because guess what? I love Bop. It's a great song. I don't care what you say about Hanson. They're kind of like a punchline to a lot of 90s music jokes, but gotta love me some Bop. It's a catchy tune.
They had Sir George Martin come in and produce the single version of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he brought in a lot of orchestration and that kind of thing.
Are you messing with me? Is that true?
No, George Martin did not produce a Hanson record.
You son of a bitch, Bill. And with that, we're going to get to what I've been listening to, because it's keeping with the theme of the night, which is, do you remember what my homework was?
I do.
Oh, I bet you do. I had 3 albums that I had to listen to, and I listened to them all.
I think
do
I
you
gave
remember?
you 2. I gave you 2, didn't I?
Did you? What'd you give me, Bill?
Bring It All Back Home and Blonde
Yeah.
on Blonde.
And John Wesley Harding.
Oh, good.
So it was a Bob Dylan triple feature, and I'm familiar with Bob Dylan. I've never listened to an album of his, so I asked Bill to give me some albums to listen to introduce myself, so to speak, to the artist we know as Bob Dylan. And here are my reviews.
Uh-oh.
I am not much of a fan of Bob Dylan. Here's the thing. This is what I'll say. There is one thing you could change about Bob Dylan, and I would dig him quite a bit. One thing. Do you know what that is? One thing is?
No.
I did not realize how much I hate the harmonica until I listened to these 3 albums. You know, in moderation, it's like the food pyramid. In moderation, you put the harmonica right up at the top there.
Bullshit, anyways.
It's great. Like, Huey Lewis in the News comes to mind with that great use of harmonica. These 3 albums, it's just nonstop harmonica, and it was killing me. It was killing me with the harmonica, but I love everything else about the music. But that really like turned me off. Like it was just too much. I was like, dude, Bob, I know that's his thing. I get it. You gotta pull it back. It was just too much.
That harmonica and All Along the Watchtower is just so good and right on point.
That was great, but I'm listening to like a whole album. It's like 50 minutes. That's a lot of harmonica.
Should follow that up with some Little Walter.
What's that?
He's a
Just
harp.
blues guy, harp guy. I think it was Jimmy Fallon, who I'm not a huge fan of, but he does do some good bits on music sometimes. And I think he did the bit where he compared all the harmonica, like the classic harmonica players, like Neil Young style, and I'm blanking on who the other guy was. But then when he got to Bob Dylan, it was just blow into the harmonica as hard as you can. Just find whatever range it is and just fire on into that harmonica.
I will say, if I had to pick one that I liked the most, it would probably be Blonde on Blonde.
Yeah. What were the albums that Bill recommended to you?
It was
Blonde on Blonde,
Bringing It All Back Home, that was the one I was probably the most excited about, given how you explained why that album existed. Then John Wesley Harding, which I believe you kind of described as more country-ish,
Yeah.
right?
Americana.
Yeah, Americana. And Bringing It All Back Home was supposed to be more like bluesy, right? Because it was the big British invasion. Like everybody was taking blues, and he wanted to bring it all back home.
That's right.
And then Blonde on Blonde was, you just said was another kind of gateway Bob Dylan album.
Can't go wrong.
And so I listened to him in that order: Bringing It All Back Home, John Wesley Harding, and Blonde on Blonde. And I don't know, it's just too much harmonica. Sorry, Bill. Sorry, Bill.
I love it that you listened to 3 albums. That's incredible. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
went with Highway 61.
For
To
sure.
me, Blood on the Tracks, Highway 61, and Blonde on Blonde. That's the trifecta right there.
Is Blood on the Tracks, is that the one with Lay Lady Lay?
No. I don't know which one that is. That is a good song, though, by him. No,
I heard that
Harmonica.
song for years and never knew that was Bob Dylan.
there's so many covers of that song. It's not surprising.
Really?
So-
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard a cover. I think I've only ever heard his version of it.
Buddy Guy does a great cover of it, and then I don't know, you just hear covers of all the time. I do, anyways.
So
We'll get there tonight.
all along the Watchtower was Dylan first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hendrix was covering Dylan.
I thought that's what it was. I couldn't, and it did, timing it would, because I think that was 67 when Dylan did it, and then Hendrix would have done it like 68 or 69, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I listened to them all. I love, great. He's a great lyricist. Like one of the best. Like I really dig that. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was the harmonica.
So would you rather listen to Bob Dylan or Modern Life is War?
Oh, if I had to choose, it'd probably be Bob Dylan. and bear in mind, Bob Dylan, that was like a 50-minute album, and Modern Life is War is only, I don't even know if it was like a half hour.
Probably not close
It was
to it.
very short. So I mean, I have the option to speed through it quicker, but
I need to redeem myself with you. Well, I shouldn't say I don't regret telling you to listen to that, but I'll
absolutely not. And I don't regret listening to it because I listened to a bunch of stuff. You know, like the other albums, the Dungeon Synth stuff. That was great. It's not really my jam, but I love that I listened to it because I know kind of what you're talking about now. I have a frame of reference. That's what it's all about, man.
There you go.
I love discovering stuff. So anyway, with that, I'm going to pass it down to you, Matt Bandy.
Well, if I could add one more thing about the harmonica stuff, like Bob's voice, as Denise is mentioning in the
Denise
chat,
is freaking out in the chat,
has changed throughout the years, and his music genres. If someone doesn't like this genre, you can let me come at you with another album. Same with his harmonica playing has changed throughout the years, and he's done all the different. Like my favorite harmonica song from him is the album version of Desolation Row. He bends those reeds so succinctly, is like a master on the harp for that. Masterful.
I mean, who he is as an artist and everything I've heard about him, I love that. He is like an artist, and like I don't want to sit here and bash him like he's terrible or something. I don't think that at all. It's just not for me.
Hey, no problem. I'm glad that you listened to some, though. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry to eat into your time, Matt Bandy.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I take. I've taken up plenty of time on here before. So I'll get into some vinyl adjacent stuff as well. I got a package. I got some new music last week. So I'll start with a couple CDs that I got in the mail. And what's funny is, like within this towards the end of 2020, I hadn't bought CDs for years. It had been so long. And then I just got one record through Bandcamp on CD, and I kind of got me into buying CDs again. Typically, I'll buy it if that's the only format that it's on. If it's on vinyl, I'll try to get the vinyl, but sometimes it's not always available. And I've been picking up CDs again, so it's kind of funny. It's been years since I bought new CDs, and within the last month or so, I've gotten at least 8 CDs. So I got 2 new ones here. This first one is a band called Storm. They were from Norway. They released one record, which is called Nordavind. And this group, it was a 3-piece, and it has Fenris from Dark Throne. Dark Throne, I've shown quite a few of the records on the show before. This was a record until maybe a year or so ago I never knew existed. And I believe this came out in either 92 or 93, kind of that. Actually, no, probably like 93, 94, that time period. And I knew nothing about this until a few years ago. It was a side project that they did, where this is more, it's metal, but it's infused. It's like folk songs, Norwegian folk songs, or kind of like a what would become Viking heavy metal. There's bands like Amon Amarth, Einhire, a couple of like those bands. I think probably took a big influence from this, but it's 2 guys and a girl, and I forget the girl's name, but so there's really gorgeous female vocals on this as well. And she went on to have a pretty successful career outside of heavy metal, as like a kind of adult contemporary type stuff, where she's singing all in Norwegian. And I don't think she's probably wasn't very popular outside of Norway, but this had been out of print for a while and was kind of hard to get. It was never really expensive, but it was just kind of difficult to get a new copy of it. So this was just repressed, and I picked this up from a distro, and you got just the Norwegian flag on there inside, and the booklet is just the lyric sheets, and it's all this stuff is in Norwegian, and it's very nationalistic type folky lyrics and stuff, talking about how great Norway is, essentially. But yeah, this is cool stuff. And then I picked up a split release by a band called War Moon Lord, and I forget the other band's name on this. It starts with a V, and I honestly can't read the band font. Honestly. So if anyone can read that right there, so let me know. But I got this record for War Moon Lord. He is a one-man black metal artist out of Finland. This was another release that came out towards the end of 2020, and I guess you would consider this a split EP. Each artist has 3 or 4 songs on it, and it's fairly short. Yeah, so this is a good release here. I haven't had it. I've only listened to the War Moon Lord tracks. I haven't listened to the other stuff yet, but this is cool. And then I got a cassette by a band from Texas called Stone Chamber. And this is a one-man black metal release that came out a few months ago. This was a self-release cassette that he did himself here, but it's got a nice layout here. And this artist here, I forget the artist's name, but he's got, I think it says here, Brazen Idol Illustration. I know he's on Instagram if you want to check out some of his artwork. It's all like really cool black and white line stuff.
Is that really a label maker sticker on the cassette?
That was my question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's embossed, as Bill like. So, yeah, I think there were 50 tapes in this release, or that 50 tapes that were made. I got this on Bandcamp. So there's 2 Dungeon Synth tracks, and then 3 like really raw black metal songs, similar to like a Bathory. Really, Bathory is a big influence on this. And then I also got a few patches that came with my CD order. I got a patch from a U.S. black metal band called Grimdoor, and which is not on my jacket yet. But then the other ones here, I got a Thief patch and 2 Mortis patches.
Bandy, show up what kind of real estate we got left on that.
There's not much left on this.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I have 2 spots left, one up here and one up here.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the fronts all filled up.
Whoa.
So usually I don't start or work on a jacket until I have all the patches that I want for it. But those 2 little spots left, I think it might be a while till I find something small enough to fit that. So those are my vinyl adjacent pickups. Ready?
Yep.
Bill, before we lose it, can you help me find that thing that Denise is talking about? The
3rd disc, Bob Dylan written in black on red case. I don't know what that is.
Bill will know.
Is that the first bootleg series? In a red case. I don't know. She's got to fill us in more.
All right. The mystery continues.
Mystery continues. We did tell me and Chris Roberts did tell you that that first bootleg series, volume 1, 2, and 3, were excellent samplers for new people as well.
Well, I want to go with what Denise said.
Yeah. Okay. It's in the red case.
Got it.
And if anyone's wondering where our hugest star of the show, Chris Roberts, is, he told us he could not make it today. He was very devastated he couldn't make it due to him watching football. So if you would like to send him a note about his choices, feel free. He is Chris at CWR2 on Twitter and Instagram, and send him a note.
That's the number 2, not TWO or
right.
TOO. The number 2.
Let me, is that right there?
That's right there.
Is that a patch that Matt Bandy doesn't own?
I wish.
All right. So I'm loving this. The show is back on track, just like the old days, where we have passed the half-hour mark. No vinyl yet. And we're not even close because we're at Kevin now.
Quick last week.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm going to continue that trend. By the way, thank you so much, Curtis. I have to thank you for getting the Denise heat off of me, because now she is zoned in on you. So
seriously,
kudos to you. I only have one vinyl adjacent thing to show, because really the only pickup I have had recently. We just did over on the Mike Ladano show. We did our ZZ Top deep dive, where we went in to talk about the deep tracks beyond the hits. And as we were doing that show, it reminded me that I was missing something in my collection, and that is the dual 2-disc version of Eliminator. So this is a CD and DVD combo. It's got the CD here with that's the regular CD, and then a bunch of extra live tracks on there. A dance mix of legs. There's 3 different versions of legs on here, so you need all those. And then you got a DVD with the videos that they put out with for Eliminator, and then a little live show there.
What does the dance mix of legs sound like?
It sounds like a dance mix of legs.
More fake drums.
So you got the Eliminator car in there. There's no fake drums on this, and while there are a little bit of drum help, but
disco drums.
This is a great album, despite what Bill thinks. And you got your booklet in here. I can't be the only fan of this album here. Now, the only thing I don't like about this booklet is the photos are too dark. It's like the exposure was like, where are those guys back in there? And it's not the only photo that's like that. Like everything's the exposures.
Oh, dude, this is an awesome album. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me all your lovin', Sharp Dressed Man, legs.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Just like open up the exposure there on those photos.
I gotta get that album. That's a good one, dude.
Oh yeah. I bought this numerous times. See? Underexposed photos.
Huh.
Don't get that. But anyways, good album. And you're going to want the extended version.
So CDs that come in that type of packaging, are those all considered digipacks? I've heard that term for like the record that the CD that I showed. This was like that cardboard.
Yeah,
and I've heard those referred to as digipacks, and I don't know why they're called that.
I don't know. To me, a digipack usually has the cardboard outside, and then there'd be a book that's like in. It's almost like a book, like the casing is like a book, and then the CD's inside there with like a book that you can read.
Sleeve.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I could go get an example, but I'd have to.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got for my vinyl adjacent. Everything else is vinyl.
All right. Well, let's get into it then.
Unless you want to talk about my Malone, Burt Reynolds Malone.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't think I've ever heard of that. It looks like a
I
cool
haven't heard of that either. Any good?
I've heard of that. No, it
doesn't matter if it's good because look at that hairpiece, man. That is what it's all about right there.
Let me
yeah, look at that. That thing's not going anywhere. It's glued on.
Is he bald? Was he bald?
Oh yeah.
Really? Like Shatner bald?
Yeah.
I never knew that. Really?
Well, he fooled you. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm not as big a Reynolds fan as you are, but yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm sure he's up there somewhere thinking, yes, I fooled Curtis. At least I fooled him.
What's the name of that? I've never heard of that movie before.
By the way, there's a documentary on Amazon all about Burt Reynolds. I haven't watched it yet, but it just popped up there, and they interview everybody, all the ladies that he had. He's got the Lonnie Anderson and Sally Field.
That's the I Am series, right?
Yeah, that's right. I Am Burt Reynolds.
It would be on Crave for us, though, wouldn't it? Not...
Crave, that's the one. That's right. That's why I got to wait till Monday to watch it at work. I mean, watch it on my lunch break. Wow.
You should actually buy a subscription to Crave. And
I do. I have one. I just don't know how to access it. It's just so much easier at work.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
That's it.
Yeah, good. I was going to tell you about that, but you're already in the know. So,
yep.
Speaking of, we skipped this one last week. I went ahead in chronological order, and we skipped this last week. So let's start with this. Blonde on blonde.
Sorry, Bill. There's something wrong with the camera. It's all out of focus now. All of a sudden.
Let's see if I can I make my...
That would be something if you could trick it into focusing on that.
Pretty good shape. We got the full bod shot right there.
I don't know. That crease is pretty beat up there.
Oh, that's
well worn.
Come on.
Well, nothing wrong with a well-worn crease.
Nothing wrong with that. The gatefold inside. Now, I've played guitar in front of ladies before, and when they bite that bottom lip while you're playing guitar, that means you're good to go. You're golden.
I think she actually is in love with the photographer.
This is a first for a long time that we've seen on here.
On a Bob record, you're disrespecting Bob? My goodness.
Wow.
And Denise is here this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Denise is finally here to see the Bob records.
I know. We missed you last week, Denise, by the way. That was when Bill was getting into the Bob stuff. We felt for you.
You see all those fingerprints on there, Denise?
That's because
what Bob Dylan fan would do that to a
just
Bob
in
record?
love with this album. There's some kind of artifact like right here or something. That was a fingerprint.
Got some photo bombing happening behind you.
Hey, kid, what's going on?
Hi.
What?
I was wondering what you were doing.
Oh, you know what I'm doing. This kid, she wants to be a star.
She already is.
And there's the next disc. There's Sad Eyed, gets the whole side to itself. One big band right there.
Whoa. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh, yeah, I have. Someone showed the Indigata DeVito one, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is in stereo, Columbia. Yeah, that's Blonde on Blonde. Definitely everyone should own that one for sure. And I'll get some sleeves on that. So don't you worry. There'll be some new sleeves going in there. Oh, and Kevin missed out last week. He didn't see the reveal of what we teased the week before. What is in here? Which cover is this? This is the
That's the basement tapes.
Basement tapes. No vinyl though. This was like found in a driveway and given to me. And
it's got some road rash on there. So.
You can do all kinds of things with this. Look at that.
Wow.
So
that is something else.
Bet you can't do that with your records.
I don't think I want to.
Like,
you should hang that on the wall.
That's what they said last week.
That's exactly what we said.
It's such great artwork. I can't throw it out, so I'll keep it. And then we have Bob got commissioned to do a soundtrack for a movie back in the day. It's Pat Garrett, Billy the Kid. Sam Peckinpah film. Chris Christopherson. Who else was in there? Jason Robar. James Coburn.
Careful. Mars is starting to salivate.
This is actually he was commissioned to do this soundtrack. Of course, he went way past the deadline, didn't turn in enough songs.
Oh.
So they were banking a lot on a Bob Dylan soundtrack to sell the movie. But he still turned in a pretty good album. I love the instrumentals on here. And I don't know what this is. Is that on there, or is that... Did a store put that on there, or is that supposed to be there? I don't know. Maybe someone can let me know. Yeah,
the number 10 and 5. That looks like someone drew that on there.
Yeah, it's coming off.
No, it isn't.
There it is.
It is. Bandy's right. Hey, we got Transformers and Video Games stopping in. Hey, Em.
Oh,
wow.
Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. He says congratulations. Look we got a sleeve in here. Isn't that good? And here's your record. It's in great shape. We don't even need to look closer at that. It's in such good shape. But I did want to point out this calamity that happened to this record right here.
oh,
This bit of business. And this happened on my watch. I don't want to take the blame for it, but I had a record box, like an Ottoman record box that you put all your records in, the lid lifts off, those things. And it had these weird eye bolts on the top, which held the chain so the lid wouldn't go flying all the way back. And I had this thing loaded with records. And when you closed it, those eye bolts actually went in too much to the case. And it did that to this record and only this record. So after that, I had to get rid of those eye bolts. So watch out for those weird record boxes. They'll get you. They'll get you every time. And I will give you one more Bob one. This, like the self-portrait I showed you last week, which people complained was kind of just a toss-in of all kinds of stuff. The same with this. This seems to be not such a great effort, and it just has some weirdo tracks on there that were definitely left over from other recording sessions. It does have Lily of the... Who's that? Yeah, I see you smiling, Curtis. It does have Lily of the West on here, which is pretty good, but it has weirdo ones like Mr. Bojangles and Big Yellow Taxi. It's just weird for Bob, right? Mr. Bojangles by Bob Dylan. But, it's worth having, worth taking a look at. It does have a nice sleeve here by Angel sleeves.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's just simply called Dylan.
And what year did this come out?
What? 73. 73. Just kind of a toss in to get a release out and get the label off your back kind of thing. This might have been as he was changing labels, he had to get out of the contract. I can't remember, but there is some kind of story when he briefly left Columbia to go to Geffen's label. This might have been to get him out of the Columbia contract. I don't remember. Maybe someone can fill me in on the chat, but that's where I will leave you off on this round of Bob albums. So I hope you're loving that, Denise. Lots of Bob albums coming. More to come.
He doesn't even know he's muted.
No. Should we tell him?
All right. I think I found what Denise was talking about. I was doing some detective work while Bill was prattling on. It's from 2007. It's like a 3 or 4 disc set.
Right.
And it's just a red thing that says Dylan, like stamped across it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where they pack in 3 actual albums.
Maybe, yeah.
So it's a reissue of 3 albums in one.
Here, looks like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, Okay, so on to me, right? I forgot. I have one more vinyl adjacent thing I forgot to show. So I was going through all of Layla's cassettes, right? And I don't know if she's going to hate me for showing this, but I found this cassette and I'm looking at the picture on it and I'm like, who the heck is that? So it turns out in the 90s, her brother was in a band. And that band is called Scrummage.
Scrummage.
He's right there in the middle. That's her brother.
They're full on doing the wall business there.
Yeah. So I have not had a chance yet to listen to Scrummage.
It looks like he wrote all the songs too, huh?
Wow.
All songs, but I mean, it's only 3, you know.
Well, how many songs have you written, Curtis?
Don't make fun of me.
It's only 3.
We should call those numbers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be listening to some Scrummage. I did not know how bad I needed Scrummage in my life until today.
I'm really interested to see what year did that come out?
96.
96.
Yeah, that's what it said, right? Yeah, copyright 96.
You could probably get away with playing some of that.
Yeah, we can play that down.
I don't have my cassette player.
Save it for next week's show.
Next week's
Set it up.
show, everybody.
Set it up. There you go.
Hit
Hit
the
the subscribe.
The debut, the YouTube debut of Scrummage. Very fun. So that was cool. That was very Matt Bandy. That's of the Matt Bandy variety. And this next one is of the Matt Bandy variety too, but we're getting into vinyl now. So this is maybe my most unique vinyl in that I don't know how many were made. It's probably like 50 or 100 or so. But it's the Holy Organs Music Company, Volume 1. And the reason I own this, it's got, 4 tracks on there? Bone Police, Hurricane, Troubadour and the Sword. See, one of my best friends and my other buddy Josh, they're in a band called Reindeer Flotilla. And so when he told me that they were doing this collaboration vinyl thing, I was like, dude, you got to get me that vinyl. That would be sweet. So he did. And check it.
Oh, very nice.
It's like a cotton candy-esque vinyl.
Was that pink and green? Nice.
Yeah.
Or pink and clear.
It's kind of like a bluish, pinkish, teal.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. What kind of music is it?
Well, I forget. I've listened to this like once, and I forget what the other bands were like, but they're kind of like an electronic, new wave, alternative sort of. That's hard to describe. Good stuff though. But you can look it up to it. HolyOrgansMusic.com.
When did that release come out?
This, oh gosh, maybe last year or the year before, like either 2020 or 2019. I forget. And then I can't for the life of me remember if this is mine or Layla's. It's Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
This is just like a self-titled album?
Yeah,
Now, this has some I'm not a big Whitney Houston fan, so I don't know how it got into my thing.
Does it have emotions on it?
No.
Oh. What's the?
I believe the children are the future. Whatever song that is. That was the big one.
I don't know Whitney
Greatest
Houston.
love of all. That's it.
Oh, yes.
So, but thought I'd show it because Bill was right. I'm starting to blow through the alphabet, so I gotta kind of take a slow down or start showing the weird stuff that might not be mine. I don't know, like Scrummage.
Hey, that was interested to hear.
Oh,
what was the name of that? Your tortilla band, your buddy's band?
Oh, Reindeer Flotilla.
Reindeer.
Let me see. There you go.
Flotilla, your tortilla band.
Tortilla.
Wait,
they're
Reindeer
on
Flow.
Tilla.
Oh, here we go. Okay, they're on Bandcamp.
Yeah, and they're on Spotify and all that stuff too. So, okay, moving into the J's, we got a little Jackson 5 action. Now this has seen some better days. Good little track listing there. Oh, Motown.
Motown first.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
So you got some plays?
Oh, it's definitely got some plays. I forget where I got this. I'm pretty confident I got this at the same time as I got this one too. That's Jackson 5, third album.
Ripping off Led Zeppelin.
Now this is a good one. This one's got I'll Be There.
That is some heavy ringwear.
Yeah, man, this was definitely I did not get this fresh. You know, but hey, it gives it character, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Fits right in with my collection.
Now these all have sleeves, Bill.
Nice sleeves too. I like when they care about the sleeve and they put stuff on them.
Yeah,
it's fun. Well, can't have Jackson without a little off the wall.
Yeah, there you go.
Now this album annoys me because like the picture's like this, but the side is
Oh, yeah.
so it's kind of like sideways. It drives me nuts. But
yeah, but that's because when you fold it out, you get the.
There you go, huh? Wow. Give Dylan a run for his money. Got that.
That is pretty much a rip of the Blonde on Blonde cover.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. This is his first solo one, right?
I think so.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Now there is one album that I used to have of his that I gave away for my birthday. I'll get to that story in a second. Because the following up Off the Wall was the big one. Really. Can't go wrong with that. You guys got a favorite MJ album?
Probably that one for me. Like that's the one that I grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Tiger.
Great. Now, I did also have Bad, which is what came after this. And I had a party. It was a 1987 themed party because that's when I was born. And so everything was 1987. And I gave away a bunch of merch from 1987. And Bad came out in 1987. So I gave away my copy. And I kind of regret it now because I was like in the heat of the moment. I thought it was a really cool gift. But now I'm like, dang, I got to go buy Bad again.
Did I see From Russia with Love reflected in that? Or am I just like.
No, you're right. I have From Russia with Love poster on the wall.
I thought I was seeing things.
Here, that's like a pickup show.
Yeah, that's vinyl adjacent. There was music in that movie. Oh my goodness, that is full size, baby. Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that is nice.
So I'll hang that back up later.
Is that a repro?
That is a repro, yes. But that's like I think that's my favorite poster. It's got the classic Connery with the gun. It's really good.
It ain't no Octopussy, but
I mean, sorry. No. Okay, let's get through the J's here at least. All right, this is Mars's favorite, Journey.
Oh yeah, sure.
With Escape. Now this is the album that has their greatest hit,
Don't Stop Believing.
But it's also got Stone in Love, Open Arms. Who's Crying Now? A lot of good stuff on this album. That's good.
I don't know. This crew made fun of me when I showed my Journey records.
It was more because you were so proud of them, Bill.
This is the only one I got. And I got it because Layla loves that Don't Stop Believin' song. And it's track number 1, so it's easy. It's like that Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Just start with the good stuff.
Yeah.
If I never heard that song again, I'd be okay with it.
Which one? Don't Stop Believin' or Eye of the Tiger?
Don't Stop Believing.
I'm not surprised, Matt Bandy.
I like it. It's fine.
But I'm not going to stop believing in you, Matt Bandy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So it's all you, buddy.
A quick little update for everyone out there. Montreal is currently leading Edmonton 4-0 in tonight's NHL game. Hockey Night in Canada.
Are they doing a full NHL season or is it shortened?
Yeah, I think it's shortened, and it's weird because all the Canadian teams are in one division, so it's just going to be Canadian team on Canadian team for a little while here. So it's great hockey. Balls out Canadian hockey. None of that.
Because there's no Canadians on the American teams, right?
The LA Kings suffered a loss to the Minnesota Wild the other night in overtime.
Well, that overtime, I'll kill you every time. That 3-on-3 business, I'm not sure if I like it. It's exciting, but
See, if hockey was always 3-on-3, I think I would watch it.
I have to ban Denise now, unfortunately. Where's the, where's the ban button?
Oh,
Can
no.
we do that from here? Holy. Wow. My God. And we have some high-class musician addicts right here. Deke is in the chat.
Deke, good friends with Martin Popoff.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
They're tight. Did an amazing interview last night. You should check that out. Mike Ladano's channel.
For sure.
And no, I actually don't have any Armored Saint on vinyl. I just have the one CD that I bought. That's it.
All right. Well, Matt Bandy, you are up. Denise has asked earlier if any of us are into indie music, and I said Big Bandy is pure indie.
We've all been showing indie stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello, Scrummage.
We're taking more indie than that. How many copies of that are there? You might outdo Bandy there with.
This might be the last one in existence.
Wow.
I'm kind of nervous to play it because it's on cassette, and I feel like this is going to be the one that like ruins my. Now, there's no difference. There's some like regional differences with the cassettes, right? You can play. I could play one from China. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Okay, because I know like VHS is different.
Well, we should totally set up like a YouTube live premiere and really, promote it up big time.
Layla's
lay down.
I should call up her brother. I should call up the lead singer and the writer of all these Scrummage songs. Get him on the show.
That would be something else, man.
I'd welcome it. Sorry, Matt Bandy, we're eating into your time again.
That is okay. It's interesting stuff. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 new records that I picked up.
Sorry, just reading Denise's.
This is great. Denise is
Sorry,
targeted on everyone else today. It's awesome.
What'd you say?
I need a moment. Bandy, you got to go full. I need a moment here.
So these both records I'm going to be showing are from an artist called Fief, spelled F-I-E-F, which I've shown some of their stuff on here before. I showed a patch at the beginning of the episode. This is a collection of their 3rd and 4th release. You can see at the bottom here. 3 and 4. And I love this artwork that they chose for this. I don't know if this is an illustration. It looks like Elric. If any of you guys ever read Michael Moorcock?
That's a name.
No one. Okay, so Michael Moorcock is a British fantasy writer. He's kind of like the anti-Tolkien.
He's like not a very good writer.
Well, no, he's an excellent writer, but his characters are a little bit more shades of gray, not so much good versus evil.
Gotcha.
But I think this might be an illustration of Elric, which is one of his most famous characters. So these were originally released on cassette only, but Out of Season has recently been putting these on vinyl, which is cool to have because it sounds awesome. This is, I believe, I don't know if this was the second press of this, but I missed out on the ultra limited, but the limited version. So this is just on black. The first release, or the first pressing of this, was on green vinyl. That's kind of similar to the color of the stamp there. But I missed out on that. I went pretty quick. By the time I got on the website, it was already sold out. But that doesn't really matter because it's just all about the music. And the next record here is again by Fief. This is their most recent release, Fief 5, and this I've been waiting on for quite a while. It came out a while. When did this come out? Early 2020. But the vinyl pressing took quite a while to come out. I think there were some issues with the pressing plant, that's all good. But this is another great release. Fief is they're lumped in with Dungeon Synth, but there's the caliber of songwriting and instrumentation on this is much more than just synthesizers. So if I would point anyone in the direction of that type of music, this would be the band I would tell them to listen to. And the illustration on this is great too. This is a painted. It's like I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but it's a bard playing probably what do bards play? A lute? Is that the name of their?
Yeah.
Or a lyre. To a dragon sitting on a pile of gold. That's pretty cool. And that's, if you want to get a good visual representation for what the music sounds like, that's pretty much perfect right there. And this record here, I was able to get the first the limited color vinyl on it.
Ooh.
And it's not really showing up so well. I don't know if you can say it's kind of has an orange splatter coming through it. Yeah,
it looks like yellow snow.
It does a little bit. Huh? You don't want to eat that yellow snow. Watch out where the Huskies go, and don't you eat that yellow snow.
Bandy, you're gonna have to show your jacket again because Denise missed it.
She missed it. Okay.
She's very excited about it.
I can do that.
And you'll have to explain to us about that author again. Kevin missed it.
Oh, Moorcock?
Maybe he's heard of that guy. What was his name?
Michael Moorcock. He's a British fantasy writer.
Thank you for repeating that for me.
He was actually, he might have been in Hawkwind for a little bit. I know he wrote some music for them. So there is definitely a music connection there, and he's done different collaborations with other bands.
Okay. You're a fan of Moorcock, are you?
You always want Moorcock.
I can't get enough Moorcock.
Oh, how'd that guy get through school with that name?
Maybe it's pronounced more burn. That's a Canadian reference because there's a guy called Bruce Cockburn, but he pronounces it Coburn. Sorry.
Yeah,
that was a stretch. That was a Dennis Miller stretch right there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Ah,
Bandy, where's your jacket?
Oh, my vest is right here.
All right, Denise, I swear to God, if you're taking a dump right now.
So yeah, this is I have multiple vests. This is I kind of do themed vests where I'd stick to one or two different styles of music for each vest. This one here is all black metal and synth stuff.
What would like the other vests be?
There's one that's all like traditional heavy metal. There's one that's all like doom metal. The ones I have four vests. So, and then you get the back. I always start with the back patch.
sure.
This is like, for me, this is like the heart and soul of the jacket is the back patch. That's the big bold splash there.
Do they all have like a big one like that?
Yeah. Usually, back patches are about this size. They pretty much take up. You know how on a jean jacket you have that big open space there. They're usually kind of close to that size.
Now, which sort of job interview would you wear that to?
Oh, you wouldn't wear it to a job interview. I don't know if you're going to write for a magazine or something, or a music publication or something. Yeah, but yeah, everything here is hand stitched by me. So
that's not like the iron-on kind. You actually stitch them?
Everything is hand stitched on here.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Except for the back patch to use a sewing machine. So if you ever need some clothes fixed, look out for a punk rock or a heavy metal kid. They can probably help you out. They're usually good with the needle and thread.
That's needle and thread you're doing? Like that's got to have a thimble for that. That's
sometimes on the thicker parts of the denim, I'll use a thimble to push it through. So you can see all the needle work there. Yep.
Now, what kind of stitches are those?
This is it's called like a whip stitch.
Oh yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to listen to music when I'm working on my vest. It's kind of a therapeutic, a little creative outlet too when I'm doing this. So that's something I like to do when I'm sewing is put on some headphones.
How much thought goes into what gets the back patch? Like,
Usually,
are you like thinking way ahead?
That's where I start. I start like, okay, I'll pick the back patch out first and then go from there. But yeah, a lot of times if I just see one that I like
okay. So is it more what the patch looks like, or is there like my favorite band gets the big back patch? Usually
I'll go with like a favorite band or like a band that's like whatever theme I'm doing of the jacket. There's kind of they're a well-known band for that typic style. Yeah.
What's on Kevin's sweater would make a great back patch.
Yeah, that would be on my back patch.
I've seen that one many times. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's on my front patch right now.
I don't like that it has AC/DC on it though. I think just the image is enough. You don't need the AC/DC part on there.
The price, it was at I got it at Giant Tiger and the price was right. And I just wear it around the house. So there.
Now, Matt, Denise wants to know if that whip stitch is that like a sail stitch, or would that be like a chain or a straight stitch or a zigzag or running stitch? Just
stitch talk. I think it's more like a straight stitch, I believe.
Now, when you're doing your whip stitches, do you ever listen to Devo? while you're doing it and
Whip it good.
thinking about whipping it.
You know, I don't.
Was that better than the Bruce Cockburn joke?
Nailed it.
All
Kevin.
right.
That one.
Back at it. I'm back in it.
You stuck that landing.
Right on.
That was good.
Okay, are you guys done badgering poor Matt Bandy now?
Oh, it's all good.
I was asking some legit questions.
Yes, I could talk about heavy metal fashion and jackets.
I think it's awesome.
2 hours.
Well, and it was our audience that was asking. They were demanding more. So, and we provided for your listener or watcher or viewer.
You know, Matt Bandy does have a YouTube channel. I think it would make an effective video. Watch him sit down and do some of the whip stitch.
Yeah, dude. While you're, you can't play any tunes though, right?
No.
Oops. Well, I mean, I'm
Matt
pretty
Bandy
sure.
tunes. I think you could play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could like email the guy the one dude that wrote all the music and see if he could play it.
Yeah.
You should. That'd be awesome.
Honestly, a lot of the music that I do listen to, you can readily find it on YouTube, no problem.
Yeah.
It's an outlet for exposure, if anything. Like you're doing them a favor, probably.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Right. Is it me now? It's only been an hour and a half here, but finally time for me to go.
Show your first record.
I'm not used to being at the last square, so this is new territory for me. So I think I've shown this one. I'm in the M's now, if anyone can remember it far back when I was last on. I think I've showed, I'm in the Megadeth right now. So this is their first album remastered. I think I've shown this before though. Because I just bought it not too long ago.
I think so. Yeah, because I think we talked about that's a re-recording or just a remaster.
It's a remaster with a little bit of re-recording. I think he redid some vocals in that.
And different artwork, obviously.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the original artwork is cheesy, but
it's pretty cheesy, yeah. But I think you can still, you can still get the original album if you want, right? It's not out of print or anything. We just got to keep that. Maybe I'll open it up for Curtis, because I don't think Curtis has seen it. But it's a double. So there's your inside there. And I think it's a double because it's a little better pressing. So of course I save these, right? I save these, preserve them.
Now, Megadeth, they're like a bubblegum pop kind of band, yeah?
yes. Well, I'll buy can't you tell by the name?
Yeah.
Megadeth, of course. That's like, what's that, K-pop? That's your K-pop.
K-pop, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There. And you see what the reflect, I had a good reflection there. What's up on my wall? There you go. Can you see that?
Oh, look at that. Is it the same thing?
It's almost.
Oh,
Motorhead, yeah. Not their best album, March or Die, but when I bought it in the 90s, that was the only Motorhead thing you can buy. Then the second disc is more the same. It's the same thing. You don't need to see that. But anyways, that's our first album. Killing is My Business, and Business is Good. And we got Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? There. And this one, it's just a single. This is their second album. It's Vic Rattlehead. The Hand and all your lyrics. And this was just a black vinyl as well. You sure? It's all in good shape. These are all reissues that I've picked up over the last 5 years or so because the original stuff is expensive, and for me this stuff is just good enough. And it's 180 grams, so it's heavy duty. And some would consider this their best. Rust in Peace.
I consider that their best.
Oh, do you?
And actually, people consider this not only their best, but many would say that this is the best thrash metal album of all time.
Show that Capitol record sticker on the front. That looks cool.
So 180 gram audio file quality, faithfully restored, limited edition.
Is that George Bush in the background?
Yeah, you've never seen that cover, man?
I don't think I ever realized that.
There's Bush, and that's Gorby, and
is that Kissinger?
No, Kissinger was Nixon's dude. I can't remember who else is in this. Oh yeah, okay. So there's the Japanese guy that this was the German chancellor, and then the Japanese guy's behind here, and I think the British prime minister. No, that would have been Thatcher. So I don't know who the heck the other guy is.
Funny, I never really paid that much attention to that.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's weird because they used to be like a lot of his music used to be super like political.
Yeah,
and now he just refuses to do anything political.
Because he found Jesus, didn't he?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess but I like that stuff. I like when he was all anti-nukes and war and stuff. I like that, like, you know, about their music. You know, it was different. They were the only ones that were doing anything like that on that level, anyways. Thrash.
Yeah, they have a little more of the thinking man's thrash band, I guess.
Yeah. So that's it for the classic stuff. Then I got some more modern stuff. This came out in 2000. This is the World Needs a Hero. This is another reissue. It is not from 2000 because I think in 2000 this didn't even get a vinyl issue. So you always got to keep that. And this was another double. So we got the gatefold. And let's take out one. It's 180 gram vinyl, so it's very, very sturdy. There's that. And we got Super Collider. This came out a few years ago. Oh, right, and it's a single, but it's got a gatefold on it, so that's why I took the cellophane off. But always good, like really good artwork, you know. Kind of taking the Iron Maiden path with the artwork. I got one more Iron Maiden. It's really late for me, man. I got one more Megadeth. And this is our latest one, Dystopia. Even though this is a couple of years old now. They're due for a new album.
Is it still the original, all the original people?
No, it's Dave Mustaine and whoever he feels like hanging out with, pretty much.
Mm.
He's known to, that's Dave Mustaine in the front. He's known to be not the easiest guy to work with. Dave Ellison is probably the guy, the bass player, who's the guy that's been with him the most. But even he's been in and out of the band. Dave pretty much tours when he wants and does albums when he wants, and he doesn't wait for anybody else. You know, so if Ellison's not available, he'll just say, "Screw it, I'm doing an album without you." He's notorious for not kicking people out of the band, but just like someone will be in the band, and then next thing you know, they'll hear there's a Megadeth tour, and they're just not on. the roster, or there'll be an album coming out and there's a different drummer.
All right.
So that's the way he does things. That's it. That's my Megadeth stuff.
Do you know if did Euthanasia ever get a vinyl press?
I don't know. It might have originally, but
Oh, that was that weird. That was like mid '90s when vinyl was
yeah,
not pressing those.
yeah. I mean, there was pressings, but they were very limited. And good luck in finding them now if you want original pressings now. I think the one that the only band that was really putting them out and had like a fan base that was really into it was Pearl Jam. They were big into putting all their albums out onto vinyl. Like I remember still being able to go to the store, and even in the mid '90s, and they would have like Vitology or whatever brand new on vinyl at the time.
Well, to catch up with chat, Denise is recommending for Curtiss Masters of War from Bob Dylan.
Is that just a song?
Yep, that's on the Freewheeling album, and that's just him and guitar.
Because I did find it, and I was just making sure it was just a song.
Yeah,
Okay.
I recommend that to Bandy too. Heavy political, very
What's it called again?
Masters of War. Just him and his guitar speaking some truths.
I can't remember what movie I was watching, but they played down a Bob Dylan track that he was doing with Johnny Cash. Oh damn, I can't remember the movie, but it was good. It was a good song.
Recent movie?
Oh, let me look back at my movie watch list here, and I'll let you know. I'll get back to you.
And she also wishes that we could pick one song each every episode, and just play it down on here. That'd be cool. But
so we each pick one song.
Yeah. But then there's a chance the whole episode could be blocked if it got hit by copyright. So we can't really do that.
Good idea, though.
Yeah, unless it's Bandy's music, we can get away with it.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get away with Scrummage.
Well, that's true. I have no problem with Scrummage debuting here on this channel.
We can always just recommend a song if you'd like.
I'm so curious I want to know what Scrummage sounds like. I'm guessing it sounds like the Smiths. That's my guess.
If I were to guess, probably close to like Oasis, because Oasis was
like Britpop. Yeah, for sure.
And I know that they were both huge into Oasis. If I had to guess.
Yeah, Denise says indie only. Yeah, that's a good idea, because not a lot of people have heard of Scrummage, and they might like to hear it.
Could get some reindeer tortilla on there too.
So I looked up all their stuff on Bandcamp and on Spotify. It's all singles. There's no full length record.
I don't know if they've put out a full album yet. They've been releasing a lot of singles. I know that was their goal, but then COVID kind of screwed everything up. So they've continued producing music. They have a ton of stuff. I mean, dude, I hear it all. Trust me. But yeah, they've only put out a few things.
The song was "Girl from the North Country."
Mm-hmm.
What movie it was, I can't remember.
Well, how did you pull the song and not the movie?
Because I Shazammed it. Because I was like, "What the heck song? Like, what song is this?" And I Shazammed it. So I'm looking on Shazam, and there's the song. But what movie I was watching at the time, I don't know.
By the way, if anyone out there is interested in what kind of movies us four have been watching, you can check us out on Letterboxd. We all have Letterboxd accounts, and we put down what we've watched and what we think about it. Mine is, what is my name?
I think it's STC Pod, isn't it?
I think it's it's Bill Co Prod.
There you go. Yeah, Bill Co Prod. Curtis, what are you on there?
I think I'm just Curtiss or Curtiss Frisle. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's your full name.
I think it's just my name. I'm very proud. I've been doing a review for everything I've watched this year so far. I'm trying. That's my goal.
I might be on that streak too if it's just we're talking this year. Yeah. Matt Bandy. You're under Matt Bandy on there too, right?
It's Matt Bandy X. Yes.
Yeah. And Buried on Mars.
Yep.
And Buried on Mars spams you to going to his website, but that's okay. That's okay.
I direct you to the website where I do a full review.
That stupid website still, I can't call it up at work. It is so frustrating. So that's why I'm not patronizing it, unfortunately. That's my excuse.
Sure. I believe you.
All right. I guess we're back to me. And we talked about this album earlier, and I did do a special presentation video on this record, and because there's a story behind it, and we'll see if I can remember the story as I talk about it here. We're talking about Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. Look at this.
Silver Linings Playbook. That was the name of the movie.
Oh,
yeah. If I remember, you didn't review that very well, Kevin.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Yeah, it got like 2.5 stars, I believe.
Yeah,
if even.
it sucked.
I liked it.
Yeah. Well, you like crappy movies. It's all right.
yeah. I haven't seen it all the way through myself, so couldn't stick with it.
2.5 stars, according to Buried on Mars.
Yeah. The guy who did American Hustle did that movie, so it all made sense.
I like David O. Russell. I think he's great.
No, acting is there the acting pieces, but the movies themselves are kind of like, why would this family's stupid. They gamble all their money away. Why do I care about these people?
I haven't seen it since it was new. I don't really remember too much. I just remember I liked it. But sorry, Bill, you were
back to Blood on the Tracks.
Kevin is quick to judge on characters in movies.
I watched the whole movie. There's nothing quick to judge about it. I watched the whole movies.
That's fine. You don't have to like it.
A lot of people, if he considers them jocks, are immediately thrown in the garbage. So just be careful.
No, jocks in that movie were garbage. Jocks in like Slapshot or The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds.
So if it's from the 70s.
Well, those were the good ones that are off the top of my head.
Yeah. Different kind of jocks.
Yeah. Okay. Blood on the Tracks. People call a famous breakup album. And I was just commenting on the sleeve I got here. It's a weirdo like slip case.
Oh, yeah.
It's like fits perfectly. Very ribbed. Thick and glossy. Yeah, ribbed.
For your pleasure.
I was thinking that there was an issue right there, but it is on the sleeve.
Looks like there used to be a price sticker there.
Yeah. It's got a UPC, so I wonder what year this pressing is. It's in pretty good shape. I don't remember where I got it from. This album's from 74. Got an old school paper sleeve in there. Yeah, so the interesting story with this is that he first went to New York to record this puppy. And the recording session, everything got put in the can. It was all good. And it was moved forward into production. Test pressings were sent out to radio stations. Artwork was finalized. Everything was going good. And he goes home for Christmas. I think it was Christmas. Went back to Minnesota. Was hanging out with his family, with his brother. And it's like, I think I want to redo all those tracks. So his brother hires a bunch of local musicians and they go re-record a bunch of the Blood on the Tracks. And he calls up his record label afterwards and goes, yeah, that stuff we just did, I'm going to go with this new stuff. So they had to trash their original tracks and go with redo the whole thing and go with his Minnesota tapes for a bunch of the tracks. And that, of course, for us tape traders was a heavily bootlegged item to have, is those New York tapes of Blood on the Tracks, which we all had bootlegs of it. It was very easy to get.
Is there a significant difference in the recordings?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Different musicians, different sound. Yeah, totally. Columbia finally got on board, and Bootleg Series Volume 14, they decided to officially put out the unreleased tracks from New York in this album, this bootleg album right here. And this, I did a full video on this. You can see me explore this. There's a booklet in here and all kinds of things to look at.
Are you directing us to a video?
Yeah, I'm directing you to another video on this channel.
Hey, that would be like me directing people to my review on Letterboxd. That'd be crazy.
Now, as well as the bootleg edition here that they put out, Columbia also put out a reproduction of the test pressing of the original New York tracks. And because I'm a big sucker, I had to buy that too. And that's what this looks like. And that was a Record Store Day item. Get your Record Store Day price on there. Features unique mixes available for the first time for, proper customers. And that's what the test pressing would have looked like that went out to executives and a few radio stations.
Now, Bill, you've said in the past that you've had major problems on Record Store Day getting what you want on that day. How did you manage to get that Record Store Day release?
This one, I think I waited in line for this one.
Oh, I see.
Am I off on that one?
You might be.
This might be a Sudbury Record Store Day pick that my buddy Kevin Buried on Mars picked up for me. Is that true?
Right. That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Good. Yes. Kevin was in line looking through the store window at his Record Store Day, and he's like, they got this, they got this. And I'm like, I can't buy all that. Okay, but if you don't, I'm going to buy it. Oh, okay, I'll buy it. So you don't, I guess.
That's great. It was awesome. I didn't have to buy anything. Just pass it off on the bill and then collect cash afterwards.
Yeah. So it's an interesting video. Go check that out. Right here.
Which of those three pressings do you prefer? Like which audio recording?
Ooh, I don't know. I'd have to go back and give it a hard listen to again. Now, one of my favorite unreleased Bob tracks is from the New York sessions, I think. This Up to Me. This is a brilliant, brilliant song that never got released. And it's freaking brilliant. It might resemble too much of Tangled Up in Blue. Maybe they had to choose either one. But that is excellent. Probably my favorite unreleased Bob Dylan song, Up to Me. Denise does ask, do you have to join Letterboxd? You don't have to join it to look at reviews, right?
I don't know.
If you want to,
you
if
can
you want to
read.
put us in your friend folder so you automatically get our reviews, then you would need to.
It's a free app too.
Yeah.
Well, the free and the pay version. Even the free one is like, it's no issue with ads or anything. I mean, there is a little ads there, but it's not.
No. Yeah. Don't need to pay for that for sure. All right. I will continue. Up next, just before Bob headed out for the Rolling Thunder Review Tour, he did Desire. And this is, he adds a violinist to the mix who he just picks up off the street, called Scarlett Rivera. It's kind of got like a matte finish on this photo. Amazing outfit right there. It don't get better than that. It just don't.
Very pimp-esque. Pimp adjacent.
Well, she's not biting her lip in that picture.
I think that's Emmylou Harris right there.
She's
Am I
done.
right?
Could be.
Very much looks like Emmylou. That's some Van Gogh. And we got a nice sleeve in here. Look at that. So yeah, if I were to recommend an era for Matt Bandy, I would recommend the Rolling Thunder era, and
Ooh, that
this
looks
album kicks it off. That's just
looks
dust.
like,
I didn't know Dust can mark up an album like that.
That's a hair. It's a hair. Don't worry about that. No, that's in fine. It's dusty. It's dusty. That's all. That's just those plain paper sleeves. The dust gets in there. I'm moving on to Street Legal. What year is this? 1978.
Looking
So-
very Billy Joel.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that looks like a Billy Joel album.
If it were in black and white, it would be.
Yeah.
So Desire was 75. This is 78. I'm trying to remember if this is actually outside his actual apartment in New York at the time. You know my memory. And he looks really haggard on the back there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Alice Cooper.
Everyone has stolen something from Bob Dylan at some point. So the background vocals are coming in for this one, where he's got the female background singers start coming in. It's a brand new sound for Bob. We're like teasing into the gospel era a little bit, but still a great album. Changing of the Guards, New Pony, and Senor is on here. That's a really hot track. Is Senor? It's a good one. Yeah, let's open it up.
Denise is demanding that you go back to the jacket for Desire.
The jacket for Desire. She means the literal jacket?
He got the jacket from Dennis Hopper. I guess that jacket that he's wearing, that was Dennis Hopper's.
Yeah, well, I believe that.
Fun fact.
It's a banging jacket. There's no doubt. Jacket slaps. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
The jacket slaps.
There's something going on here if we care about details. Looks like
yeah. What is
taped the top here?
And there's like a cat hair on there.
Yeah, we have some
He loves it.
a little bit of Scotch
Is it-
tape.
Cat hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
That's adhesive strands blowing in the wind there. Yeah, because this is
Easy access.
yeah.
Did the cat like nestle up to that album? Like, there's a lot of hair going on there.
It is, yeah.
Or is it growth?
Gross.
I did have a cat at the time, for a time, and that cat did get into misadventures with my records,
Oh.
including one time dumping a glass of water over top the shelf that held all my records. That was a fun day. Get some more imagery here from the sleeve. So we're starting to see a little bit of artwork on the sleeves for once. And you guys made fun of Chris Roberts earlier. I defended him, but he is back in the chat saying hello to everyone. Hey, Chris Roberts.
What do you mean making fun of? Who made fun of Chris Roberts?
Yeah, when did we make fun of him? You were the one who was really making fun of him. If anyone wants to go back and rewatch it,
I think you guys were railing on him hard, and I defended him as usual.
sir, choice of words.
Chris Roberts, you're still welcome to pop in anytime you want and say hello. And say hello to Denise, who, yes, is here for the Bob stuff. What's our time like? Ooh, I should move on, let other people have a chance. Yeah. There's lots more coming in our following episodes, Bob stuff. Anyways, I'll pass it over to Curtis. See what else he's got.
All right, I got two I'll show really quick just to get through my Ks. The first, both of these were donated from my friend. Now this next one, I know I have listened to, I think only once, so I don't really remember it, but I definitely remember that I think it's my favorite album cover out of all the albums I own. And that comes from Earl Clue.
Sure.
That wishful thinking.
That's
That is a
soft.
oh.
Is that a
Nah.
price on there? What's the price?
oh gosh, not even $1, 89 cents.
Oh dang! You don't see that sign too much.
Yeah.
Oh no, 99 cents. Okay, so it was a buck. But yeah.
Earl Clug.
You want to talk about an album that slaps? This will get you slapping.
What type of music is that?
You know, I'm gonna throw it on right after I listen to Scrummage, and I'll get back to you
Right.
next week.
I wonder if that would get past the copyright.
I mean, come on, just one more time. That's a good one.
I like how he's got that $10 Timex watch.
No, just showing it off,
Check
man.
that sucker out.
It's a roll.
Got that at Sears.
And you know what time it is too. Sexy time. All right, my next K is Cool and the Gang. The
Nice.
first looks like it came from the same shop.
Another
It's
89 cents.
Also, no, I think it was
Okay.
99 cents. Yeah. So, you know, Cool and the Gang is great, but I don't know if I'm too familiar with these songs. You guys recognize anything there?
No.
Oh, look, there's a promotional one now.
Oh, yeah, that was at a radio station.
Jeez.
Not for resale.
So, yeah. My only Cool and the Gang album. I'm a little embarrassed, guys.
Some good shape.
Got a big track in there. Yeah.
That first song's epic.
So there you go. That's where I'm going to leave it this week. I will be jumping into the L's next week. A little hint.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hey, where's the Kiss from the K's?
You know, I do want to get a Kiss album. I got to start making a list of, because here's what happens. I go to the record store and I completely forget what I want to get. And then I end up walking out with nothing because I'm like, I don't remember what I came here for or what I should get. I got to start making a list.
Love Gun.
You don't need any Kiss.
Oh,
Or
come
that.
on. I like Kiss. What? No, come on.
You're good. You're safe.
Yeah. Okay.
Get
On to
some
Matt Bandy.
kinks. Need some kinks.
Kinks, sure. I'll take that.
I still got to get my Shania Twain that I threatened last week. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Let's go, girls. Go ahead, Matt Bandy.
Since we're running a little short on time here, I'm going to go ahead and show about 8 inches of Moorcock.
Whoa.
Curtis is the number. He was the number one fan, but
Still am. I think I'm the only fan besides you.
Wow. So you might recognize some of the. So this is the Silver Warriors by Michael Moorcock. This is a pretty famous image, painting by Frank Frazetta. Fun fact about this picture right here. Actually, no, it's not this picture. I'm sorry. I was going to. I think Joey and Ramone played in a band. I believe it was called Dust. That used a very similar picture by Frazetta, but this is not that picture. And you got your jewel in the skull. This is the.
That's a suggestive title from Michael Moorcock.
Mhm. So this is the full rune staff.
I believe they call that a Prince Albert, by the way. A jewel in the skull.
And here, this is the bean, the black forest. So this is Ericos. I'm sorry. This is Eric.
Come on. This is a joke at this point. Look at how pronounced that the Michael's tiny. It's all Moorcock.
Come on.
It's bigger than the title of the book.
I can't even read the title of the book. All I see is Moorcock.
All I see is Moorcock.
So this is, if you've ever, there's a heavy metal band by the name of Sirathungol who used this painting by Michael Whelan, who did quite a few covers for Moorcock. Funny guy.
And there's your thumbnail.
So yeah, on the King of the Dead record. So there's your little your music connection. But yeah.
So are you actually into these books, or did you just get them for the covers?
No, Michael Moorcock's great.
You're into Moorcock.
You're into Moorcock. All right.
Yep.
It's great.
So he was a huge, basically, he's famous for his the multiverse, creating the multiverse, which is basically what like D&D took from. Fuck you guys.
I was listening.
I'm more. You're okay, Kevin. I'm more pointing at this guy up here.
Yeah, he's awful.
Here, I'll
That's a little better. It's like a grown-up Webster.
He's like, I'll give Michael Moorcock a run for his money.
Multiverse. We were listening.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of like the central theme behind his works. Like the balance between, it's not like good and evil. It's the balance of law and chaos, to where there has to be a cosmic balance between the two. Sometimes it'll the order will sway too much into law, so a chaotic manifestation of what's called the eternal champion will appear to sway things back to more of a neutral, of a balance. And sometimes things will get too chaotic, in a hero more for forces of law will appear to shift the balance back. So that's like his big kind of overarching theme is the chaos theory, or the maintenance of law and chaos. And there's a good write-up on that called "The Law of Chaos: The Multiverse" of Michael Moorcock. So these are different essays on some of his writings and some history about his stuff, which is another cool read. Highly recommended. He's not super well known, but
who?
Oh man, this is gonna be a 3-hour show.
I know what I want next week, though.
Moorcock?
Please.
You're all a bunch of children.
All right, Kevin, take us home.
Well,
Follow
I'll just show a couple of records, because after that it's Metallica, and we'll be here for a while if I go through all that. So I'll just show the only group I have sandwiched in between Megadeth and Metallica is
Milli Vanilli.
Men Without Work.
Oh,
Men at Work.
Son of a gun.
It is too late for me. There we go. So we got the Men Without Work.
Men at Work.
Oh, whatever. You know what it is? It's Men Without Hats. You guys have that in the States? We got that guy.
Yeah.
Those guys did.
That's the
Safety Dance guys.
Safety Dance, yeah.
No.
No,
Men
they're
at
the
Work.
safety. They're the
They
safety.
suck. These guys are awesome.
Yes.
This is the Land Down Under.
Yeah.
Who Can It Be Now?
Oh yeah. Who can it be? Yeah, that's
This is a
good.
great record. It's good times.
I agree.
I don't like it.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because Bill's, if Bob Dylan shook hands with these guys, then he'd be all over it. Because, Bill wasn't a Foo Fighters fan for 20 years, but all of a sudden, David Gruhl passed by Bob Dylan, and then that was it. Big fan now. So there you go. This is an OG copy. That's good stuff. Now, a lot of people would just stop there with the Men at Work and think that's the only, because this is the one that has 2 big hits on it, and think that's it. That's all I need. But you'd be wrong, because you also need Cargo, because this is another great Men at
Now,
Work album.
what's on that one?
So this one has is it Johnny Be Good, or it's Overkill is on there. Not Johnny Be Good, but Be Good Johnny. It's another good song, but I don't think it's on either of these albums. No, Be Good Johnny's on this one. Okay, never mind. So these are the only 2 you need. This has Overkill and It's a Mistake. It's a mistake. Trust me, if you're a fan of this yellow one called
Business as usual.
yeah, if you're a fan of that one, you want Cargo. And I found this one. This was doesn't have the price on it, but it was at a Value Village for whatever records go for at Value Village. So I think it's $2.99 or $1.99.
Oh, I think they're $4 or $5.99.
Oh, well, this was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So back when you could buy, and really good shape. It's like hardly anyone played it.
Yeah.
On the Columbia label. So there you go. Those are my 2 Men at Work, not Men Without Work. Men at Work.
That last Bob shot got you back in the bad books.
Easy in the Bob Bash covers. What did I say? I didn't say anything bad about Bob. I said something bad about Bill.
Well, that's the same.
No, it's not. I said Bill would not listen to. He would listen to Men at Work if Bob Dylan gave them the okay. That's how Bill works. He waits until Bob Dylan tells him what's okay to listen to, and then he listens to it.
Yeah. Glad Kevin has me figured out.
I mean, you can't believe some of the stuff Bill listens to, and then you find out, oh, there's a connection to Bob Dylan. That's why this is okay.
Well, that does help. It certainly helps, to know. Although, Bandy's turned me on to some things. Got no Bob connection, so.
Well, you should give Men at Work a shot. You should give these 2 albums a shot.
Nope.
They're great. Come on, Who Can It Be Now? It's such a good song.
Who can it be knocking at my door?
I could listen to those 2 songs just on a loop over and over again. Land Down Under and Who Can It Be Now? It's just they're so good. And they're 80s songs, but they're not like synth 80s or anything like that. They're a real rock band playing the real instruments.
I don't know. Maybe.
There's no synth in the band. You got a guitar player, a bass player, a singer, and a drummer. That's it. It's 4 guys.
Electronic
drums.
drums.
And there's a saxophone guy back there. Not electronic drums, real analog drums.
Well, there we have it. It's been another amazing episode. What more can be said? I think we've said it all. Up into the M's or the K's and the L's. No. Oh, where's Kevin at?
The M's.
M's. I got there's my that's my for next time.
Next time we're going to Japan for my next Bob.
Bill's giving us the D and Matt's giving us the Moorcock. That's dumb. I wish I was halfway through saying that and I was like, why did I open my stupid mouth?
I
pulled a Kevin.
Curtis is letting me off the hook. Twice this episode. It's good.
We needed the Chris Roberts just to pop in the center square for a minute, just to put a bow on the whole. He would have had some good things to say about that. I'm
He's
sure.
still watching football.
Yeah.
What is the team playing? Who is playing?
Um,
Anyone know?
I forget who's playing right now. This is riveting stuff. The Ravens and the Bills are playing right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's must-see TV. You need to watch that.
He doesn't follow those teams, does he?
He probably has money on it. That's why.
And it is 3-3. Very exciting.
Whoa! 2 field goals.
And they're in the third quarter. That is a boring game.
Oh my god!
I'd hate to be working that.
You got to be a fan of defense.
Chris Roberts says he follows all teams. He spreads that money around.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have anything else you want to say? Curtis, you want to say anything? What we should be doing for you, following you? Any plans?
Dude, it's right here. Go to Curtiss Frisle on Letterboxd.
Exactly.
Boom.
Same with Matt Bandy. Check that out. Buried on Mars. Check me out on Letterboxd. Bill Coprod. Bill with 1 L. I just wrote a banger of a review on the Lost City of Zed. Did not like.
You know, I have to watch that. I have it, but I haven't seen it.
I did watch some Curtis recommendations. Recently I watched Palm Springs.
What'd you think?
Good stuff. And then tonight we watched. I went into the DVDs, and I watched Waitress.
Ooh, what'd you think?
Good stuff.
Yes,
really good
awesome.
stuff.
That's a deep cut, but yeah,
Yes.
cool.
And it's really sad that woman who made this movie, she was an actress for a long time, and this was like the last movie she did because she was murdered in her apartment. They were doing
like an ex, by like an angry ex.
Was it an ex? It was like a 19-year-old that was working.
Maybe I got it wrong.
Her husband discovered her. She was I don't know how gruesome you want to get into it, but I don't know. She was found dead. It was her apartment was being worked on, like the apartment building, and one of the guys, it was a 19-year-old that was working with one of the crews, killed her. But great movie, and it's a shame too because you'd like to see more from her because it was a fantastic story, and it's too bad.
On that happy note,
Video Hideout. Subscribe for more.
Yeah, we'll let the viewers off the hook, and we'll close off there. Thanks everyone for coming by the channel and hitting the subscribe. Appreciate all you guys. You'll see, like I said, you're gonna get another soundboard coming. I gotta look for it maybe tonight, and that'll be exciting. And there'll be more live stuff on the channel for sure as well. There'll be more vinyl collection episodes coming. So look for that. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks to my vinyl experts as well. And thanks to you guys in the chat. Denise, good to see you finally making it back in the chat for some Bob stuff. And we'll see you next time. See you guys.
See ya.